Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome to the most complete spoken English course on YouTube. If you're here, that means you're serious about learning English the natural way, through real-life stories, active listening, and engaging practice. Today's story will take you deep into the world of law, ethics, and hard decisions. This is the story of a lawyer named Laura and the case that changed everything. Get ready for My Client Lied in Court. My name is Laura. I've been a criminal defense attorney for 8 years. I've always believed in giving people a fair chance, in protecting the rights of those who are often misunderstood or mistreated by the justice system. But one case, one decision, made me question everything I stood for. It started like any other Wednesday. I was in my office reviewing a stack of case files when my assistant knocked. "Laura, there's a man here asking for immediate representation. He says it's urgent." I sighed. I already had a full docket, but I told her to send him in. He was tall, maybe mid-40s, with a nervous energy and eyes that darted around the room. His name was Anthony Greer. "Ms. Laura," he said, "I've been accused of assaulting someone in a parking garage, but I swear, I didn't touch that man." He claimed it was a case of mistaken identity. He had no prior record, and from his tone, he seemed genuinely shaken. I agreed to take the case. We spent weeks preparing. Anthony insisted he was at a friend's birthday dinner when the incident occurred. His friend, Marcus, was his alibi. Marcus confirmed everything. I submitted the witness list, arranged documents, and got ready to face the prosecutor, a tough woman named Sanchez, who rarely lost a case. The day of the trial arrived. I was confident. Our timeline was tight, our alibi sound, and Anthony looked clean-cut and sympathetic in his navy suit. Marcus testified. He said Anthony had been with him the entire night. Then the prosecution brought in the victim, an older man with a bandage over his eye and a trembling voice. "I saw him," the man said, pointing directly at Anthony. "He's the one who hit me." Anthony didn't even flinch, but something felt off. During cross-examination, I pressed the victim. His description didn't match Anthony perfectly. He said the attacker had a scar under his chin. Anthony had no scar. I pushed harder. "Are you absolutely certain this is the man?" The victim hesitated. "I think so." Still, the jury looked unconvinced. That evening, while reviewing our case notes in my office, Anthony spoke. "Don't worry, Laura. I got this. They can't prove a thing." It was subtle, but something about his tone, that smug confidence, gave me chills. The next morning, before court resumed, I got a call from Marcus. "I need to talk to you," he whispered. "I lied yesterday." My stomach dropped. I wasn't with Anthony that night, he admitted. He asked me to lie for him. He said the cops were racist and they were just trying to ruin his life. I was stunned. "Why are you telling me this now?" "I couldn't sleep. I feel sick. I had to come clean." My hands were shaking. If this was true, my client was guilty, and he had made me an accessory to deception. Now, I was in a bind. As a lawyer, my job is to defend my client to the best of my ability, not to judge them. But if I knowingly present false testimony, I could lose my license. Or worse. I had to make a decision. I met privately with the judge and the prosecutor, requesting a sealed chamber meeting. "I have reason to believe one of my witnesses may have committed perjury," I said. The judge raised his eyebrows. "Are you withdrawing?" I nodded. I cannot in good conscience continue. The courtroom was stunned. Anthony stared at me like I had betrayed him. The judge declared a mistrial. Later, I learned the prosecution reopened the investigation and found video footage, grainy but clear enough. It showed Anthony entering the garage near the time of the assault. Enough for a new trial. He was found guilty. Afterward, I sat alone in my office for hours. I kept thinking, what if I hadn't said anything? What if Marcus hadn't called me? What if I'd helped a guilty man walk free? That case haunted me. I didn't quit law, but I became more cautious. I now vet every client harder, ask more questions, dig deeper, and I always trust my instincts, because in that courtroom, one lie almost cost me my integrity and my career. And that, my friends, is the truth. Now it's time for the quiz. If you've made it this far, congratulations. Now, focus, because we have a little test to reinforce what you've learned. Be sure to answer these questions out loud to practice your English comprehension and speaking skills. What is Laura's profession? She is a criminal defense attorney. What crime was Anthony accused of? He was accused of assaulting someone in a parking garage. Who was Anthony's supposed alibi? His friend Marcus. What detail about the attacker did not match Anthony? The attacker had a scar under his chin, but Anthony did not. What did Marcus reveal in a phone call? He confessed that he lied and that Anthony had asked him to lie. What ethical dilemma did Laura face? She discovered her client was lying and had to decide whether to continue defending him. How did Laura respond to Marcus's confession? She informed the judge and withdrew from the case. What happened to Anthony after the mistrial? He was retried and found guilty with new video evidence. How did the case affect Laura? It made her more cautious and reaffirmed the importance of her integrity. Why did Laura say the case haunted her? Because she came close to helping a guilty man go free without knowing it. Now, let's go over the vocabulary. In this part, we will explain a few words or expressions from the story that may not be familiar to all learners. Docket. Meaning, a list of cases to be tried in court. Example, I had a full docket means she had many cases scheduled. Mistrial. Meaning, a trial that is not completed for a legal reason and has to start again. Example, the judge declared a mistrial means the trial was cancelled and needed to be retried. Alibi, meaning a claim or evidence that someone was elsewhere when a crime happened. Example, Marcus was Anthony's alibi means Marcus said Anthony was with him, not at the crime scene. Perjury, meaning the offense of lying under oath. Example, Marcus committed perjury when he lied in court. Vet, meaning to investigate or examine thoroughly. Example, I now vet every client harder means she now checks her clients more carefully. Accessory to deception, meaning a person who helps someone else commit a lie or fraud. Example, Laura feared she had become an accessory to deception by presenting false testimony. Sealed chamber meeting, meaning a private court meeting with the judge and lawyers. Example, Laura asked for a sealed chamber meeting to disclose her concerns. Conscience, meaning a person's inner sense of right and wrong. Example, I cannot in good conscience continue means she couldn't keep defending him and feel morally right. Instincts, meaning natural feelings or intuitions. Example, I always trust my instincts means she relies on her gut feelings. Integrity, meaning honesty and strong moral principles. Example, one lie almost cost me my integrity means she nearly lost her reputation for being honest. Thank you for staying with me until the end of this powerful story. If you found this video helpful, don't Don't forget to subscribe to Docentes DigitalesTV, give it a like, and share it with your friends so more people can learn from these stories and improve their English skills in a real and natural way. See you in the next episode.